welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing my updated planner system video. So in this video I will be going over the current planners that I am using, how I use them together, and essentially why I'm using 4 planners at once. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So if you are new or if you haven't seen, I have the end of month flips / current setups for all of these agendas. I'll have them linked below, as well as any discount codes and like major links. But this is where my current system is currently at. So I currently am using the Moterm A6 agenda. This is my like tactical planner. I have my page flag system in here, so all of my like weekly like in-depth planning. My finances are now in here, and then I have notes and references in here. I have my Louis Vuitton medium ring agenda, and I now have FC compact size inserts, which are slightly wider than personal size inserts. This is my hourly planner and on the go planner. This also has my main monthly inserts. And then we have my Louis Vuitton GM agenda. So this is now my overview agenda as well as my academic planner. And then we have the Louis Vuitton agenda cover, and then inside of that I have the weekly task notebook from Cloth and Paper, and this is now my work planner for my new job, which I will be starting soon, which I'm very excited about. So that is where we are currently at. So I did move a lot around, or for the most part I feel like I moved a lot around, but that is because, as I mentioned, I have a new job, and so I wanted to incorporate a work planner into this, and then also have something set up to account for the new job, new routine, and then my normal like daily planning / school planning, right? And so as I set a new routine or get a new routine going, I do think something will probably change in the planner. So this is just what I can anticipate, right? But until I'm actually starting the new role, seeing what it looks like, seeing what my calendar looks like, I won't know like exactly what's gonna work until then. So, and things could shift too, right? As like I like start a new company and then get more familiar with the job, you know, probably have projects and deadlines and stuff that might make me work later, right? Like I anticipate stuff like that happening. And so as I probably get busier, things might need to change. And so that is something that I'm keeping in mind and want to throw out there with these videos, because I feel like a lot of times, like I always share the updates for those reasons, but a lot of times there are a lot of questions with like, oh, why is this going on? And I always update my agenda, so it works for me. I love having these agendas because things change and can change so frequently. I like that I have the ability to do just that, and I do just that. Having one set or static system, I know just would not work for me, right? Because every week's different, every month's different. There are months that are busier than others. There are months that are slower than others, and all that like can really affect like my planning style. And so I just like adapting it to what's going on in my life, and it's always what makes things easier on me. And that's again why I love agendas. So wanting to throw that out there. But yeah, let's go ahead and kind of go over each planner, and then I can kind of go over like how I intend to like use each one. So when it comes to frequency of use, for the most part, and kind of like where each planner is going to stay, the A6 agenda, as I mentioned, and again I have in like depth videos of each of these that'll be linked below that just went out on the channel this past week. So if you're interested in like each one and then links to things, those will be in like the dedicated videos. This is just again going to be like touching base on a little bit of each one. So this one has my like all of my appointments. It has my inbox and my outbox system. So exactly what's going on and when I'm doing this, when I'm doing that, right? My page flag system's in here, and then I'll have my finances, which I'm setting up for this month. But this is things that just don't need to really leave the house, especially that page flag system, right? Like this is just needs to be referenced or used or looked at my desk. So this is my like desk planner. I think it might be the best way to say it. And then I also have like my preferences, right? So I have like all of my lists in here, which like is meal ideas. There's an order tracker. This is stuff I don't need to take with me on the go, right? Like overall hiking list, but they're still important. I still want them in my planner. And then same, I have like my mental health section. So this is like the therapy journal from Cloth and Paper, and then notes from when I see my psychologist. And then I just have notes in here. So all of this does not need to leave the house, which is why this is going to be like my at-home tactical planner, because that's what it is, right? Especially with everything that's inside of here. And I love it, and I want to keep it that way. But with that, when I do want to take a planner on the go, I set up my medium ring to essentially do that, but also to have a different purpose. So this is where my main monthly inserts are going to live. And so I have these inserts from my Paper Co. And then this is also where my main hourly view is going to be. So I'm an hourly planner through and through, and this is ultimately going to sync with my phone calendar slash like laptop work like calendar, right? And so I don't intend on going into like details in this. This is just going to be like time blocks. And so that way I can see, okay, I'm not doing anything tonight. I could potentially do this, do that, right? Or like we have a lot of stuff going on this weekend based off of what's in this planner, so on and so forth. This is ultimately just going to be probably on my desk, just open like this since it's so small, on the hourly, again, just so I can like reference like what's going on and when. And then also inside of here, I have what is going to be my content section, and then home projects, my reading log, and then just notes. So just things that don't necessarily need to, like, I need to plan on the go, but could be referenced on the go. Ultimately, I just really want the hourly and I really just need the hourly and the monthly when I'm on the go. But I also have a huge note section here so I can like write things out. But I really like the FC compact size in the medium ring. I think it's the perfect size. And for me, since I like to not feel constricted when it comes to space, this was like the perfect switch. So this is how I have the medium set up. So again, like in home, it'll be out and about. So I'll probably use it somewhat every day. But for sure, when like I'm going out, I'm gonna grab this. And if I'm working on something for school or something, right, like that'll be in here. So that is the setup. And then because I use multiple planners, I like to always have an overview planner, and that's how I envision the medium ring, or the large ring agenda, so the A5 agenda, to work out in this system. And so I have these weekly schedule inserts from Cloth and Paper, and this is going to be my in-depth planning. So as I mentioned, I'm only going to time block in this planner and reference it on the go. This is where I'm going to go into details, like you see here with all the meetings. Like, yeah, I covered it up once it was done, and to just try it out and see if it looks cute. But this is where I'll go into details, and I'll really block out, okay, so I have this meeting, this. I'm doing this from here to here, right? And I will fill this up. I like having both views. I went over this, I think, in the GM video, or maybe the MM video, I can't remember. But I like having a view where I know exactly what I'm doing and when, but at the same time, I also like having the simple view of like what is time focused and what like I have to do, right? So on this one, I can easily come in and write out everything that I'm doing. You know, laundry, dinner, cook, clean, rest, relax, PM routine, whatever, right? Fill it all out. And that way I know what's going on and what I'm doing for each part of the day. However, if it's full like that, for like the entire insert, I might start to get overwhelmed, because then I don't see any free time doing things. It's free time. It's just in my brain. I need to see, okay, I don't have any plans, right? Like here with the happy hour, like I know like I'm not going to do anything afterwards. However, you know, after therapy, I could do something afterwards, right? Unless I have something here. So for me, I just like to be able to see the blank spots some way, but there's also times when I want to write out everything that I'm doing or what I'm doing and when. And so that's how this is going to be used, right? So I'll see like, okay, I have the blank spot here. So on this day, I'm going to do all my errands. I'm going to, after the gym, run and do this. Here's the list of everything. I'm going to do this, this, and this. This day will be a rest day, so I'll leave it blank. So it's technically, of course, the same view, right? Like it's 2 hourly views. They'll just serve different purposes. So there's that. And then, like I said, this is also my academic planner. So I just have my academic inserts in here, all of the notes and just different things that I've been using. And then the last tab is really just notes, so I can write out additional notes for my dissertation. So when I say this is my overview, this is my overview. I can also see probably this being open on my desk as well, because it'll have that in-depth planning, right? And so it'll probably be the medium ring or the GM, we'll see. And then I'll use it in conjunction with my work planner, since I'll have like work meetings and everything in this. But this is also gonna, because it's my overview, work in conjunction with all the other planners. So that's why there's gonna be a little bit of everything. I'm gonna be setting up the top section like you see here, where I have it broken down into 4 categories. So I just like went in and lined these. And so one will be for content, one will be for health, one will be for, I think, probably work, and then the other will be for school. And then I'll probably switch up each week too, but that way I know what I'm doing and when for different things, and I really like the idea of doing that. So I'm really excited to use these and to have these as my overview. I also feel like with everything going on here, the A5 size makes sense. So I really like that. So yeah, this is the A5, and then again, we have the work planner. So this is only going to be used for work. I'm not going to put in anything else. So you have your priorities, your to-do, and then a note section. So I can put in meetings in here too if I want, and if I don't want to use this, that's where I'm saying things might, you know, change or will likely change based off of like when I'm actually working. Like, how is that going to look? How do I feel with using 2 different planners? Do I want to go down to 1? Do I want to keep it all in one? Do I not, right? Because like right now, my current job, I want to keep everything that's work related away. But there are times where like I want to like know, okay, I have like a block of meetings here, or this is what the meetings are, right? It really all depends. And so I'm sure that'll happen with this role. And so that's where we'll figure out, okay, how do I want to potentially use it? This is just how I foresee myself using these. But again, everything's subject to change. So yeah, that is the planner stack slash system slash what I'm currently thinking, where things are currently at. And I honestly think that's going to be it for this video. So if y'all have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching.